I'm sitting on the floor, looking up, I see the door. Why do I still wanna go through it? Why do I still want more? Setting the course, setting the stage, ending up in the same old cage. Every promise sounds rehearsed, every truth comes out in reverse. The harder I try, the faster it fades. I can't tell if I'm trapped or safe. Love is love and course is course. We break apart, then call it force. You were my peace, you were my more. Now I don't know what's worth fighting for. Feeling so sour, counting the hours, the cracks beneath what we became, a quiet storm that has no name. Participated memories, already dead, we just don't know. Sever all the pleasantries, it's time to let it go. The harder I try, the faster it fades. I can't tell if I'm trapped or safe. Love is love and course is course. We break apart, then call it force. You were my peace, you were my war. Now I don't know what's worth fighting for. But forever was a cage. Now I sit in this silence, and forever's my fate. Tear the walls down brick by brick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let it break. Let it breathe. Nothing left of you and me. There's beauty in decay. There's calm inside the rage. We rock, we bloom, we fade. Still trapped in the same old cage. Love is love and course is course. We break apart, then call it force. You were my peace, you were my war. Now I don't know what's worth fighting for. Love is love, but it's not ours. You were my peace, you were my war. That was then, it's no more. Now I'm nothing anymore. Sitting on the floor, looking up, I don't see the door. Sleepless nights, almost every night. These thoughts won't leave my head. How damaging has it become?
Getting ready for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. If you're checking it out on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, thank you for giving it a look-see. Again, we are coming up next right here on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube.
Go through life with this regret. The silence cuts so deep. Losing friends to tragedy. These wounds will never sleep. What a dark place you must have been. I almost can't relate. I'm sorry that you went out like that. We carry loss like open wounds and try to live again. What a dark place you must have been. I almost can't relate. I'm sorry that you went out like this. It should not have been that way. Through every sleepless night, I whisper your name. Through every sleepless night, still feels the same. The silence is deafening. No time to be meek. Pride over the reckoning. It's time you should speak. Over the course of this evening, the tide will soon turn. I hope that you're believing as we watch ourselves burn. Fading right into black now. The light I can't see. There's no coming back now. But I'm glad I am free. Break the cycle. Take control. No more chains. Reclaim my soul. These walls closing again. I feel the pressure rise. The weight that kept me buried now fuels my fight to climb. Every wound becomes a lesson. Every scar a spark to light. If I have to tear the heavens, then I'll bleed to make it right. I won't bow to the fear inside. You can't kill what never died. No fear, no faith, just fire, just hate. Burn the past, erase the name, rise again.
Well, 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 look who crawled back into the cockpit of chaos. It's race 615 of the ISRL, the Independent Sim Racing League, powered by TH Designs, and tonight we are slinging digital steel around Iowa Speedway for the Blackhawk Industrial 125, sponsored by none other than Rob Rossello, who apparently looked at the league and said, yeah, I'll throw my name on that disaster. Folks, Iowa is no joke. It's short, it's mean, and it's the kind of track that makes grown sim racers cry in 1080p. You blink wrong here and you're eating wall faster than a toddler at a buffet. Now, before we unleash 125 miles of beautiful nonsense, let's talk standings, because that's what you're here to see as well. Top 20, or excuse me, top, I believe 16 we're looking at. And let's talk standings, because holy hell, they've got layers, as they do. Matthew Fleming, still the king of the digital Midwest, sitting on top with 498 points, 4 wins and 5 top fives at this point. The man's practically getting his mail forwarded to victory lane. Behind him, Thomas Meeks has clawed his way into second with 402. Mike DeWalt is right there at 393. They're both driving like their iRacing subscription expires next week. Rob Rossello sits fourth, our race sponsor tonight. I guess you can't beat the chaos. You can just finance it. Bold move, Rob. Bold move. Then there's Jeremy Eshelman. Up 3 spots. Nathaniel Fryman also rising, both proving that patience and prayer might actually work in this league. Andrew Sanford holds steady. which in ISRL terms means he only screamed into his mic twice last week. Brad Gutierrez and Henry Kalhoff are hanging on like a bad Bluetooth connection while Josh Cole sits 10th, probably still wondering how the hell he hasn't flipped yet. But check this out. Nathan Fuller is your wild card, hanging in by a thread, while Nicholas Van Hebert just leapfrogged his way above the cut line like, surprise, I exist. Below that, Scott Bell, Joseph Enright, Michael James, and Landon Bednarz. It's not a playoff race for them yet, but hey, there's always tonight, and at Iowa, chaos does not discriminate. And I'm Horse Boat, and I'm absolutely unhinged with excitement to call this one. I've got beer in my veins, short track rage in my soul, and there's always a thought at Iowa where chaos, I believe, doesn't discriminate. But again, I'm on a whole new wave of content to push because, baby, I'm all on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, and follow, like, and subscribe, or don't. But if you don't, I'll personally send a pace car through your living room. So buckle up, Buttercups. The Blackhawk Industrial 125 is about to bring short track sins to your screen. The field's angry, the walls are hungry, and if someone's Wi-Fi is about to ruin their whole damn night, let me get out of your way. This is the ISRL, baby, powered by TH Designs, fueled by bad decisions and unlimited resets. Again, looking out on the track at Forts and Poston's dumbass. Get you some other scenery. Again, it's heating up. Race 6 of 15, officially over that halfway hump in the regular season. Getting on with the final 5. Again, we have Iowa. Let's look at the schedule. I'm sure you've seen it enough crawling by your screen. What the hell am I pressing? Holy shit. All right. Again, this week, tonight, Iowa. We're here. It's happening. It's real. After that, you're looking at Charlotte. Then we take a week off because of Thanksgiving, and then back at it on December 2nd at Pocono, December 9th at Las Vegas, and to round out the regular season, the Horseboat 199 at Talladega on December 16th, which I am very happy to promote. Getting some final looks now on track. Getting set to rock and or roll. Looking at it here. Oh my gosh. I am scrolling through many things. So the pit window tonight, we're looking at about 60 to 65 laps. And 145 laps total here tonight. Again, you get a fast repair in case you screw the pooch and mess up. But it's about to go down. We are getting ready for qualifying, and I hope you are ready, just like me. You see that? Just like me, right there. Be like Mike. Got my beer in hand, ready to go. Let's get ready to rumble. Says I'm dead buddy toddler at a buffet. Yeah. Yes, sir. But nevertheless, moving forward into qualifying, let's see what these folks have in store for us tonight. I am told if you get above that second seam on the high side, you're asking for death. And let me tell you, I'm here for it. Let's turn down the music. Let's turn up the iRacing. Again, on iRacing, as always, here. Let's see who we have. Let's work with here. Connor Rowe in the 9 Napa Know-How Chevrolet. Going to give it his damnness here tonight. Again, military night. Again, it is Veterans Day. What better to honor your veterans with a little military style. Looks like a little camo going on that number 9 Chevrolet. Henry Kalhoff right now, the fastest of the bunch with a 22.97. Connor Rowe coming around for his first lap in qualifying. See that where it's going to put that young man. Connor Rowe on the pole, 22.93. Josh Cole says, hold my Coors, 22.85. Let's see what Connor Rowe can do now for lap number 2. Cole still holding strong as people are clocking in. Connor Rowe trying to give it his all. Not going to be. Yes, it is. 22.81, your pole sitter currently. Let's go down with a guy who needs no introduction. Alex Snyder. Beautiful military scheme there with the Navy. Snyder crashing in Indianapolis last week. Pretty funny if you ask me. Yes, Little Creek 860 says Happy Veterans Day in the Twitch chat. Again, everybody across the board, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Happy Veterans Day to all of you. And it looks like Snyder is just capping completely. Mike DeWalt in the number 5 Toyota Camry. With that military banner. Again, you could come in with the scheme or the banner or both. Everybody enjoys participation. Mike DeWalt doing his part. Lap number 1 for Mr. DeWalt is 23.27. On the backstretch into turn 3. Again, you want to get near that white line, but not close enough to where you're touching it. Good off of 4. Let's see what he's got for lap number 2. Gonna take the pole with a 22.75. Last but not least, out here in the $18 General Toyota, Jason Chrisman. Working it. Down the front stretch, 23.10, good enough for 16th. Slim Dog Millionaire says, yeah, let's go flagship through the YouTube chat. Nice and smooth like butter. That Dollar General, see what he's got for lap number 2. Let's see. 23.10, not gonna be good enough. Gonna be good enough for 16th, and everybody has done their part here at Iowa. We've done it. And Mike DeWalt, Min Hang, Brad Gutierrez, Matthew Fleming, Connor Rowe, Josh Cole, Michael James, Jeremy Eshelman, Thomas Meeks III, and Henry Kalhoff, your top 10. Let's see if we can get a word with the pole sitter. Of course, it's going to be super lame. Not want to help me out here. There we go. I got him. I think. Mike DeWalt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Pole sitter here tonight for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. We followed you around those 2 laps. You were flying, my man. How do you feel coming into today's race?
I don't really know what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to get the pole, so we'll take that. But I'd be happy with the top 5. I don't think I'm going to have race-winning pace. We'll just have to see how hard the pace is, how people choose to go, how hard they choose to go. Because I mean, you got to go with 60 laps on a run, so that's a lot of time on the tires. So we'll see. Sure. There might be a lot of comers and goers based on tire wear. So we'll see what we got.
Well, you are on the pole here for the Blackhawk Industrial 125 and looking good in that number 5 as well. Best of luck to you, bro.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Let me get you back to your VC. It might take 10 years, but we'll get there. We will get there. We will get there. We will get there. And he's gone back into the Global Gym Motorsports VC. But that is your pole sitter tonight. Again, take 30 seconds. Get ready. Got 145 laps of hot racing action. Again, 60% fuel, 1 faster pair, 4 tire sets, the one you got on, and 3 over the wall. And again, the pit window is about 60 to 65 laps if this one stays green. And you gotta hope it does. A nice race here at Iowa. Again, if you can make the 7 race minimum, win and you're in type campaign, you can do that. But we have only 5 races left until the playoffs begin. As we kick off November, the holiday season, Iowa here tonight. I hope you are ready for this.
It's cold.
Hold on to your hats, folks. We are getting ready to go green flag racing in just under 60 seconds. Here we go. Blackhawk Industrial 125 coming at you in moments from now. If you are out in the chat, please feel free to say hello. If you're lurking, getting ready to race, I get that too. But again, anybody, anywhere that you're watching, we appreciate the support wherever you're giving it. Again, trying to broaden horizons this season, this end of this year. Try it out, see where we're at with among the platforms. Visibility is nice, but I still don't know. Like, I'm still not sold. I'm not sure. Again, 145 laps of hot racing action coming up next. You're going to want to stick around for this. It is about to get hot and heavy. I love the fish emojis. I love the fish emojis over on Twitch. I'll give you a Bob Ross. I don't know if that's a reverse card. Could be in some cultures. But let's get ready to rumble. Grid walk coming up next. I'm going to crack open another beer. As we get set to do the grid walk here in just a moment. As they are getting set to grid, I'm going to bring you in. Give you a cheers. Get ready to go racing here at Iowa. Let's see if they're ready for the grid walk. Let's see. Click on Mike DeWalt. Look at that. The boys, most of them are ready to go. And we're going to keep you with me as we get ready to do the grid walk. I know we don't do that very often, but we're going to do that tonight. On the front row, on the pole, in the 5 DeWalt machine, Toyota Camry is going to be Mike DeWalt, not pictured and always late, the 11 of Min Hang. Row 2, in the inside, you have the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. On the outside of him, the number 8 of Matthew Fleming. Row 3, you have the 9 Napa Know-How Connor Rowe, and on the outside of him, the U.S. Air Force 43 of Josh Cole. In row 4, you have the 7 of Michael James and the 3 of Jeremy Eshelman. In row 5, you have the 55 Mako Tools Thomas Meeks III and the 63 of Henry Kalhoff. In row 6, you have the 16 of Ryan Robertson and the 22 of Daniel Big Daddy Pinkston. In row 7, you have the 28 of William Robbins and the 13 of Nathan Fuller. In row 8, you have the 24 of Rob Rossello Jr., Battlefield 624, and the $18 General of Jason Chrisman. In row 9, you have the 20 of Scott Bell and the 4 A&W Root Beer All-American Food, Nicholas Van Hemert. In the 448, you have the Tristan Acevedo Avocado Machine in row 10 inside, and on the outside, thank you for your service, 42, Christopher Pugliese, or should I say, for you for your service. I don't know. Can't speak English. Row 11, the number 2 of Cody Keller and the 39 of John Fenoy. Row 12, you have the 29 of Landon Bednars and the 10 of Nick Tyrannosaurus Rex. In row 13, you have the 49 of TJ Hanley, sponsor of the ISRL. On the outside of him, Alex Snyder. Row 14, you have the 27 of Nathaniel Fryman and the 25 of Skylar Comstock. And last but not least, in that final row, the 26 American Auto Connection Window Tinting, Fortson Poston, and the 12 of the Kroger Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. As they get set to take off, again, thank you, L. Rob. You are awesome. I appreciate the support wherever you are. Again, recent follows. Thank you, Box Sets. Thank you, Hartman33, Shape 3, Amon Green TV, Mr. Mako 122, and NIL TV Esports. Can appreciate all the support, the follows, getting the word out there as we get set for 145 laps. Again, if this stays green, we're looking at a fuel window of 60 to 65 laps, and that all depends if you can keep your tires fresh. If you can do that, you are in good shape. But there you see Min Hang there. Again, getting the 1 to go, which is great. I'm going to exit stage left. And we are about ready to get it on here. ISRL style. And appreciate anybody hanging out in the chat, in TikTok, in Twitch, on YouTube. I got viewers everywhere now. This is kind of cool. And I'm touching shit that I shouldn't. But hey, it sounded wrong, but we're just going to go with it. All right. Trash comedy. Dude wants me to refresh Trading Paints mid-race. Yeah, we are going green, not a happening.
Ready, green flag.
Green, green, green for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. Brad Gutierrez to the inside, trying to negate Mike DeWalt's leading of lap number 1. And he's going to do it. Yeah, I think he did. Brad Gutierrez out in front like he was at Indianapolis early. There you go with a 55. Thomas Meeks, I think that's the guy who wanted me to refresh Trading Paints. I can't really do that right now. I have a lot of screens open, my man. I'm sorry. Got Ryan Robertson fighting for his life right there. Everybody running a tight ship so far. Let's ride on board on the nose on the 28 of William Robbins. I appreciate sharing the live. You're sharing a shit ton on the live. I appreciate that a lot. Nick, thank you for being a part of this. Gotta wave at all the peeps out there. All to you. Appreciate it. Oh no, it's awesome. Fantastic. Again, that was right along with Win Robbins running around in 8th. Let's move on a little bit further back. Brad Gutierrez out in front. Let's see if Mike DeWalt's going to make a move. He is going to make a move back to the inside. It is a fight here. Oh, the 55 in the wall. Getting his bell rung 3 wide, coming out of 3 and 4 between the 24, 28, and the 16. 28 going to prevail for the moment, but the inside of Robert Sello not letting it go so easily. Meanwhile, Meeks is trying to run away just a little bit. Create a little bit of separation. Oh, Robbins crosses over the nose of Robert Sello. It is bananas around here. Back up front, pretty boring. One between 1st and 5th, but behind Michael James is the shit show. And I'm not going to say shit show in a bad fashion because this has been great racing so far. Right on board with Ryan Robertson. Man who is an absolute unit. I'm just going to keep saying that because it's really funny that somebody actually said that. Oh, man. Yeah, this is how close it gets here. Look at that Coast Guard theme machine. That's pretty hot. Pretty hot. Everybody minded their P's and Q's early, and you got to give them a lot of credit. You got Scott Bell and Henry Kalhoff in the end of that first group. And everybody else is kind of separated themselves back out. See right here, Fuller, Forts, and Poston, our biggest movers so far, started 29th all the way up to 16th. Having a solid run is Mr. Forts and Poston. Side by side now for 15th. Banging a little bit of doors. Looks like everybody's going to be okay. We're going to move on back. Connor Rowe, speaking of falling back, 20 spots from where he began, now into 25th. And then let's move back up towards the field here. Sorry for the wonderful camera work. Again, Iowa, I was a little nervous about it coming in, but the ISRL does a good job of making sure everybody's practiced up, or at least opportunities to practice. I know for some drivers or some leagues they offer it, and maybe it doesn't work for some drivers, during their nights or whatever their routines are. But, you got friends working with each other. I know teams on the weekends have been working together for the next race. Oh, we got somebody blinking out there. Looks like Jason Chrisman. Yeah, that is. Back up front now, Mike DeWalt taking that inside lane. Thomas Meeks running middle high and trying to stay right where the good lane of choice is. Is that a sentence? I don't know. But right now, it is the Brad Gutierrez show. Thomas Meeks not far behind though.
What do you like about corn?
It's cold.
You love corn? You know, I heard you can eat corn twice. I wouldn't want to do it though. Again, I don't know if this is going to transition into a night race. I don't think it will. It might. It looks like it is. With the shadows and all that jazz. But you see this group here hanging around the top 10 with Robbins, Rossello, and Robertson, the 3 Rs. Wow. And then you got Josh Cole sitting there. You know, maybe they're just riding around. That could very well be. But we are 19 laps in of 145, and all of them have been green. Looking into this, with the fuel windows being where it is, 60 to 65 laps, so this is a definite 2-stopper race. Might I add, next week, if I remember correctly, it is a double points race, which is very important if you want to do anything. Looks like Michael DeWalt, not sure if he got a little loose coming out of 4 and just let up, but it looks like he's going to lose some track position with that tiny mistake. Min Hang now goes to the inside of the 55 of Thomas Meeks. Get Min Hang, that 11 Ducati, been a contender all year long for a win. Either an accident, penalty, something happens to him where it ends up he is not there for a contention at the end, or has to make up a lot of time to where by the time he finally gets there, his stuff is all used up, and that's it, lights out. Matthew Fleming, and we'll look at him wherever the hell he is. There he is in 4th in that 8 car. He has 4 of the 5 wins so far on the year. Could he make 5 of 6? Who knows? But if you see him here already in the top 5 contending, it could be trouble for the rest of this field tonight. Again, tonight's race, the Blackhawk. Whoa, Ryan Robertson there. Sponsor tonight of the Blackhawk Industrial 125, Rob Rossello Jr. and that Battlefield 624. That is a really sharp looking car. If you guys haven't seen it, let's see if we can get a little closer of a look-see. Definitely looks pretty sweet. I like it. Great Battlefield 6 car. He sponsored this event tonight, put his name on it, stamped it home, and said, let's run it. And so far, we're good. 26 of 145 in the books. And it gets more interesting every lap. Tire fall off is real here, especially if you abuse it early. Bring it in again and Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening out there. Been enjoying a fresh Coors. Watching some really good racing. And a lot of these guys I know, I do game with some of them. Ooh, I like this view for a lap. And genuinely, this is some of the most fun racing I have watched all year long. It's been competitive. It's been heated, but it's been friendly. Nothing over the top. Nothing controversial. But good racing all the way around. Looking at the front, you're looking at Brad Gutierrez. He is the Torta Hunter. You're in Florida, you better look the hell out. And I'm going to leave it there. Thomas Meeks in second. Mike DeWalt in third. Matt Fleming fourth. Min Hang rounding out your top five. But William Robbins looking to change that in the 28 right now. And let's see back here for the battle for 12th. Jeremy Eshelman at number 3. Battling with Nate Fuller here in that Not Your Father's Root Beer Toyota Camry. Looks like Fuller did a similar thing Mike DeWalt did. Michael James dropping spots. Scott Bell all over on the outside. Jeremy Eshelman closing in. Moving up our eyes towards the front of the field. Matthew Fleming still in fourth, but his teammate, William Robbins, passing Min Hang for fifth, cracking the top 5. Right on board with the 11 of Min Hang. See if we can hear anything going on in that 11 Ducati. Sounds like they have to be a little careful on the throttle coming out of each exit of 2 and 4. It looks like he's running in 4th as well. I don't know if that setup is made, if they go to 5, I'm not sure. Again, I don't know. I'm not sure. But Brad Gutierrez has really done a work on, or I don't know, what am I saying tonight? Holy cow. He has done a wonderful job here tonight. Putting one over on the field so far, putting the work in. That's what I was trying to say. Good God. Disgusting. Had to talk to a lot of people. That's probably it. And we have our first caution of the night.
I think we need to start putting like an age limit on.
Not sure where that is or who was involved. That is interesting because it did not log on my screen. Fortson Poston is gone. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but we're going to find out here real quick. Oh. Let's go back. There we go. What the hell happened? I see smoke. That's all I see is smoke. There it is. What? That is the 2 of Cody Keller. What the hell happened to this kid? It did not even log on my thing that anything happened. Sounded wrong, but bear with me. Let's see what happened here. Gets loose. Oh. Comstock, maybe a little bit of netcode and just hits the wall. You get 1 fast repair. It's a shame having to do it here. But let's back it up again and see what we can see one more time if we shall. In short tracks. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people are pitting right now. We just see him come off the corner. Looks like he's going to make contact almost. Doesn't. And then hits off the right rear corner panel of Comstock. And then face first or nose first, as you will, across the start-finish line, bringing out tonight's first caution. Looks like he's going to be fine. He has a lot of muy bueno workers on his side. Again, don't forget, every week, almost every week over this fall and winter, this is your home for ISRL racing. You have the Road Soda Sports Night 225 at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. Come in about, 7:45 Eastern. Listen to some jams. Get ready. Again, about 7:55 Eastern, we start the show. Give you the points, give you some stats, give you some pointers, give you some one-liners. Show you my shtick. And I mean my comedic presence. Every Tuesday night here. I'm going to say the Horse Boat Network. That's what it is now. That's where we're at. That's what we do. Again, caution number 1 of this evening. 41 laps in. Everybody's going to get, I would imagine, fresh 4 and Cass. Brad Gutierrez, Mike DeWalt going to be on the front row. Thomas Meeks, Matthew Fleming, row 2. William Robbins, and looks like Min Hang, row 3. Row 4, you have Henry Kalhoff and Josh Cole, Rob Rossello, and Connor Rowe rounding out your top 10. All right. Time to get back to the future. Brad Gutierrez leads us off in the restart zone. We are green for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. Sandy, I know, I wish you could be here too. Appreciate the follow, man. Appreciate that. Amon Green, thank you so much. Appreciate that a lot. I appreciate you checking in. Dale Pringles, your PC crashed. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That is a bummer. Brad Gutierrez, Mike DeWalt. Mike all over that back bumper.
Oh my God, it's corn.
He is hungry, trying to get that lead. He started on the pole. Gonna lose it again. Fresh tires, if they're not up to temp, you're gonna slide. Oh, we got action! Looks like the Ducati of Min Hang getting sideways, and they saved it. But it's gonna cause chaos and checkups aplenty here mid-pack. You're gonna have 3 wide going into these turns. Michael James, Min Hang, Scott Bell, Connor Rowe, Brian Robertson, Nicholas Van Hemert, all keeping it straight, all keeping it real. Lucky save for Min Hang. Again, out front, a little bit of a bore between first through fifth. You got Brad Gutierrez, Mike DeWalt, Matthew Fleming, Thomas Meeks, and Henry Kalhoff. And then as we work our way back, this is where the chaos begins. From Min Hang on back, the dogfight is on. Again, Amon, we're going to have to get you in the booth for one of these races. I'll share my screen with you so you can see what's going on. But it's definitely great action. I know you said something about getting a rig. It's the perfect time. It's a lot of fun. You know these guys are having a good time behind the wheel tonight. Ryan Robertson trying to hold off. Looks like Nathaniel Fryman and Nicholas Van Hemert. Robertson running around in 14th. Work our way back a little more. Oh, shit. Landon Bednar's almost finding out what the inside wall at Iowa tastes like. And that couldn't have gone any better for him recovering. Yeah, we'll definitely have to book that, man. Tuesday night, if you're free, I know you do your stuff, but would love to have you on, man. We'll have to talk about it. Tristan Acevedo to the inside of Jeremy Eshelman. Is right on board with Tristan Avocado Acevedo, one of the funnier personalities here at the ISRL. I mean, look at his name. It's Pimtown, Georgia. I don't think it gets much funnier than that. Oh, shit! Looks like... Oh, Scott Bell. That was Scott Bell going across our screen. And we're going to back that ass up and see what we can see on the ISRL instant replay. Again, Scott Bell there in that Logitech number 20. Man, it got real fast. Let's go with the MeetYourMom.com blimp cam. Full speed. Just banking off the wall. Oh, Michael James too. Boom. Nose first, and he is lucky he didn't take anybody else out. Back that ass up again. Okay, we're going to slow this down because it looks like Michael James just ends up getting all up in his business. He hits the wall. Michael James is like, nah, you're fine. Maybe ask him.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
And he's like, nah. And then boom, nose first. Hopefully he hasn't wasted his fast repair. I just couldn't believe he came back up. Definitely legendary right there. Something that they're going to laugh about here after the race. But, yeah, that happened. That was real. Well, iRacing anyway. And it doesn't look like anybody has pitted. That could definitely mean they're going to hold out here a little bit longer. Again, they want to make this a two-stop race, so they want to extend this as far as they can before they have to pit again. I know they could go and maybe top off. Some drivers might choose to do so. Looking in my tracker, I see some people that have pitted multiple times. I don't know if that's for that reason, but you never know. Again, we'll get you some engine noises. You came here, the cars, not the music. But Brad Gutierrez in that USF 84 leading the charge right now and has led nearly every lap since the green flag of this race. Now, normally in NASCAR you have stages. We don't do that. That's not something we really are into.
Oh my God,
Some people hate stage racing. Again, I'm not. I'm a traditionalist as far as NASCAR goes. I like old school NASCAR. You run the whole distance. If it goes green, it goes green. Fuel strategy comes into play, and that is pretty cool. At least from a driver's perspective, they like that. As we get ready to grid back up and go back green flag racing, you're going to have Brad Gutierrez and Mike DeWalt row 1, Matthew Fleming and Thomas Meeks row 2, Rob Ursello Jr. and looks like Henry Kalhoff row 3, Nathan Fuller and Josh Cole row 4, and row 5 rounding out your top 10, Min Hang and Connor Rowe. Again, Connor Rowe dropping back earlier, looking like something was going on, but I think he's going to be good now. Pace car is off, and here we go. Back to green flag racing. Something important to note on green flag restarts. Drivers cannot change lanes until they have crossed the start-finish line, and that is super important to note because you get penalized for it. You may not get penalized for it in race. You may get penalized post-race for that. Brad Gutierrez again off and running. I sound like a broken record, but he has led every lap tonight and has done a remarkable job. Matthew Fleming again. He has won 4 out of the 5 races we have run here for the inaugural season of the ISRL. And he's done it in style. Last week, he did it in heroic fashion. Came out right away and shown what Flagship does. Flagship Motorsports teammate in the 55 right behind him. And then they have a couple other drivers again. I think Cody Keller's one of them. And Landon Bednarz, William Robbins. Again, they're a big group. But they are absolute units. And you can see that by the way they drive. That's a collection of good drivers. Fleming closing in. Almost like he is toying with his prey. Let's ride on board with the number 8 Flem Dogs machine. He has had a great night, continuing to bring the pain. And 60 laps in of 145, almost halfway home. Single file here up towards the front. But let's check out the meat and potatoes of the field and see what we got. This is what we are looking at right here. These are some intense battles. This is right now a battle for the top 20. Nick Tirana in the 10, the 49 of TJ Hanley, just in front of them, the 28 of William Robbins. And it's like a dogfight back here. If you're not in the front, being mid-pack could be hell. It could be hell for a driver. Especially if you're not very good here and you're just under assault trying to stay alive. Like it's 3 wide right now between Pinkston, Robbins, and Hanley. Looks like Pinkston's gonna back off here for a second. But again, that could have ended badly. But the awareness of these guys here tonight have been amazing. They've done a fantastic job so far. So here at 29 of Landon Bednar's almost met his fate earlier. Now has rebounded, has done well. In 23rd right now, but that's where he started. So no better, no worse. He's doing just fine. Looks like Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Looks like he's in the 60 car. Having a good run here tonight, up 10 spots from where he began. Again, he started dead last, now moved up into 20th and having a solid run here in Iowa. Trying to make a move on the 28. We'll keep our eyes on this and see how it goes. Again, the 60, I've known Robert for a few years now. Hell of a guy. I appreciate his participation, his candor, and his understanding of, if he's not as fast or if he's just as fast. Dude tries his best, and he's having himself a ball here tonight, cracking the top 20 in the 19th and looking for more. Skylar Comstock battling here for position with Christopher Pugliese. I got to give Chris some shit in the 42. Tonight he shared an awesome paint scheme. An awesome paint scheme. It looked great. Very patriotic like this one is right now. And I think it's the same one, just different hood. Don't quote me on that, Chris. Don't come for me, bud. But it said, thank you for your service. And that's what I thought, but I couldn't see the other side of the hood. So I'm like, Chris, buddy, does that say thank you for your service? And he's like, yeah, it does. And I'm like, isn't it your? And yeah, he had to fix it. Looks like he did fix it here tonight. And I'm not trying to put him on blast, but it was a funny interaction. You just had to beat it. Steve Jr. says, I'll be racing next week. Let's go. Debut of Steven Jr. in the ISRL. It's pretty hot. Push the Smush, thank you for your views right now, hanging out with us. L. Rob, thank you over on TikTok. Carter Spalding. Appreciate the support. Again, if you're out there in the chat, feel free to say hello, ask a question, talk some shit. I don't care. Moving back up now. You might think there's a change, but there's not. Brad Gutierrez out in front in that USF 84 Chevrolet, having himself, he is the belle of the ball right now and having a good time doing it. Zachary McKnight, follow the live creator on TikTok. Thank you so much for that. My second follow here tonight. That's badass. I appreciate that. Oh, Rob says talk some shit. Yeah, you can talk some shit. I don't care. As long as you're not being derogatory. Like, I appreciate competition. I appreciate, sportsmanship. Not so much there, and he's got to lock him up. Is that going to bring out a caution?
Caution sound.
It is, yes. Nate tried to get him going. I give him credit. I respect that a lot. A lot of drivers will lock him up and just stop. Brody Lang 04, thank you for the follow over there on TikTok. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see on the ISRL instant replay. Let's back it up. Try to keep the music low here, ladies and gentlemen, so you can hear my awful voice. But all right, let's see what happened here. We'll go top side again. Pay attention to that 13 and that 9 car. Yeah, it looks like a little checkup, and that's all it took. Back it up yet again. Let's get a little bit low. Yeah, it was a checkup from Rossello. Fuller checked up. Fuller I don't think expected Connor Rowe to be there. Connor Rowe probably didn't expect that checkup. But a good heads-up play from everybody else to keep that good. Nobody put themselves on the wall. Nobody got wrecked. Nobody got any damage. So you can be thankful for that. Again, tonight's race, Blackhawk Industrial 125, sponsored by Rob Rossello Jr. Again, thank you for your contribution and your support to the ISRL in their inaugural season, trying to stay alive, staying afloat, and that every little bit helps, and it helps the drivers. So again, thank you for your support and sponsoring tonight's race. Again, next week, while I've got a chance to tell you, I'm going to tell you about it. The Road Soda Sports Night 225. Might be nice to get a sports guy on here, wink, wink, for that. I'm just kidding. It's going to be sports night. I'm sure we're going to get sports themes for cars. It's going to be pretty good. Charlotte Motor Speedway is always an excellent track for next-gen cars. And I'll be excited to bring it here. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on Horse Boat. And wherever you want to watch, TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch. Now, I want to keep everybody involved. There is a giveaway in the next few weeks at Talladega for the final race of the regular season. You get a classic die-cast car, an ISRL t-shirt, and some other cool stuff. Maybe not the ISRL t-shirt. We might have to do something else because I think that's for the playoffs, but we'll do something cool for the race that I'm going to sponsor. Jeremy Eshelman out in front. I'm not sure if that's going to stay that way, if he's going to pit or if he's going to hang out. Looks like he's going to hang out. Now, he has not pitted yet, and the last time he pit was lap 38. Everybody else behind him has pitted. So this could be a genius move or the dumbest fucking move tonight. We're going to find out. It's going to be amazing. Again, let's watch it together, shall we? All right. Press a lot of buttons behind the scenes back here, and it's a lot of fun, but also a lot to keep up with. I got to give me an engineer. 78 of 145. We are over halfway home. Again, cheers to you at home. I normally don't drink a lot here, but it's always good to have a beer when you're watching some racing. Jeremy Eshelman on tap and leading us off as we go back green, green, green for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. Eshelman to the inside, but again, he's got old tires. Everybody behind him going to make a move, going to go around. They have fresh tires, I guarantee you that, and he is like a hot rock falling into lava right now. Taking that inside line, trying to protect what he can. They are going to go around him, and Michael James in the wall. Michael LeBron James in the wall. We all saw it, but let's back that ass up and see it anyways here on the ISRL Instant Replay. Good golly, Miss Molly. Here we are again, folks. Another edition of Who the Hell Did What? So you're going to want to look at here the 7 car, which is that outside. You see that red car, that 11 Ducati, the outside of him, that blue, black, pink. You see it. We're just going to go with it. We're going to run it go. Little bumping, maybe just a touch right there, maybe another touch right there. And then he just loses it. That outside lane is poison. From what I heard in the garage here this afternoon, that is poison. If you do that, you might as well just cook your car because that's about it. See again here in full time. And just loses control. See those wheels turn to the right? It's already too late. Doesn't look like that much damage, though. We'll watch it one more time. Again, that outside lane is dangerous, and he just went up wickedly high. I don't know if he didn't anticipate. That's something I would do. I would misanticipate everybody going that turn, and you just missed the boat. That's definitely happened to me before. But unfortunate in his case. But it looks like he's going to be just fine. And guess who is up front? Your 4-time winner, Matthew Fleming. He is dangerous. Once he is out front, it's hard to take the lead back from him. And we've seen it all season long. Again, I met him actually probably 1 year ago when they were in Donut Box doing their league. This guy came out and just balled out. He just understands. He understands both types of racing, whether it be stage racing or if they're racing flag to flag. He's just a driver, man. He comes to bring the motherfucking pain. But here we go. Just about ready to get under green. Looks like they were trying to grid up. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. They're going to have to go around at least one more time. But again, a pleasure to have all of you with me here tonight. I know your time is probably the most precious thing you can give, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Again, it's just iRacing, but it's cool shit. It's fun. And the drivers that I get to watch every week, it's like a privilege, man. I'm not really into real-life NASCAR, not so much anymore as I used to be. But watching guys get together and race every week in a league, it is exhilarating. It's probably some of the best racing I've seen at times. You know, it might be iRacing, but it's a great outlet for people who can drive, but may not have the funding to be on a NASCAR team or have the availability to go try to chase their dreams. They can do it here, and they intend to. Matthew Fleming and Connor Rowe, your front row. Henry Kalhoff, Thomas Meeks, row 2. Mike DeWalt, Rob Rosello Jr., row 3. Row 4, Nathaniel Fryman and Josh Cole. And then Jeremy Eshelman and Min Hang rounding out your top 10. Pace car lights are off. You all know what that means. Car engine noises, it gets loud. It's time. Restart zone, it's ready to go. Green, green, green for the ISRL. I am on Brad Gutierrez's watch. Looks like he is in 23rd right now. I'll let you know what happens if he can get there. Ooh, Connor Rowe just scraping the wall, but going to lead that lap. Not going to let Matthew Fleming lead that one. Rowe, who was insanely fast in qualifying, coming out to show he's got the long run car. Tezonde 93, I'll gladly take on learning to race for a sponsorship. Lego, I wish, man. You know, among my close friends, I'm the best driver they know. Among everybody else I know, I am not that guy. I drive well, but not good enough like some of these guys. It's impressive to see. But again, Connor Rowe taking that lead away from Matthew Fleming, and Fleming's the kind that'll let you have it. He's mature as far as a skilled driver and having a good skill set. He has it all. I don't mean to stroke anybody's ego, but it's there. Proof is in the pudding. Right along with the 5 of Mike DeWalt. Again, he loves a good set of crab legs. Big Green Bay Packer fan. Out on 2, onto the back stretch he goes. down to the inside, going to the inside of Robercello Jr. Again, that Battlefield 6 machine is beautiful. Again, Robercello Jr., a veteran. And a guy I've grown to love. He's a big teddy bear. Great personality. Hilarious. Just a lovable guy. And it looks like Henry Kalhoff has taken over second place from Matt Fleming. And now some separation is beginning to form in the front of the field. Again, who's playing coy and who is for real, we will find out here in the closing laps. Again, closing in on 50 to go. It's going to be close whether or not they can make it on fuel. I think they're going to have to come in one more time. Yeah, they're going to have to come in one more time. I'm almost sure of it. Unless they can conserve and save, I do not believe they can make it. But don't worry about that. A caution will come out later, and it won't matter. Joking, of course. But it looks like anybody up in the lead the last time they pit was at lap 75. So you can do the math. If it's 60 to 65 laps in a fuel window, you're about 10 laps short. Again, I was fast at math, not good at math. Don't quote me on that. But that definitely is a possibility. Connor Rowe out in front, and he is putting on a clinic at this time. Henry Kalhoff trying to close in on that. Again, Kalhoff, as I've quoted, have been quoted in the last week or so, a guy who is sneaky fast, has always been up near the front, and he's doing it right now. I guarantee you at some point this season, I think we'll talk to Henry Kalhoff in victory lane. Could Iowa be tonight? Could it be in the corn? Could it be in the track or field of dreams?
I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn.
It's corn. Or could it be Matthew Fleming trying to tee it up for you? Whoa, coming out a little loose out of 2. Could he win his 5th race of the season, 5 out of 6, and continue his dominance? Again, he has such a big points lead. It's hard. It's going to be hard to overcome in the regular season. He could be already our regular season champion, and we just don't know it yet. Connor Rowe, Henry Kalhoff, Matthew Fleming, Thomas Meeks, and Robercello Jr., your top 5 currently, with Mike DeWalt, Nathaniel Fryman, Josh Cole, Min Hang, and Ryan Robertson, your top 10. You heard it right, folks. Ryan Robertson is in the top 10 right now at lap 100. President of this league, voted most sexiest by the ISRL Elite. And quoted by Fortune Post in an absolute unit. And here comes William Robbins. the Robbins family, big supporters of the program. Go Pinkston and Christian. Thank Chrisman. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, looks like, yeah, all right. Appreciate that. Appreciate the follow over there on YouTube. Let's get a check on Pinkston. Where is Pinkston and where is Chrisman? Chrisman right now in 21st, and Pinkston running around that double deuce in 16th, going to the side of Nick Tarana for 15th right now. You have to be so careful around 1 and 2. It's so easy to lose control. But these guys are going at it. Two dogs in a fight right now. But it's even more interesting near the top 10. Min Hang, your 10th place car in that 11 Ducati Ford Mustang. 28 of William Robbins trying to crack the code here. After passing Ryan Robertson, he has his eyes set on the 11 of Min Hang. Less than 40 laps to go now. We're bringing it home. Again, I believe if it stays green, they have to come in one more time. What do you do if you're a driver? And I would love some feedback from any of the chats. Talk some shit, I don't care. Do you conserve your tires and the fuel, suffering, dropping in position in order to think, and I say think, not know, but think you're gonna have enough? Again, you're at 60, 65 laps. You pitted with about 70 laps to go. So you're on that cusp. Can you save 5 laps? Can you do that, suffer that? Or do you try to get as much track position as possible and suffer through what can inevitably be, if it stays green, excuse me, I had to correct myself. The suffer, it is what it is. If you have enough, if you don't have enough. Some of these guys are making their choices, and they're making their choices right now. Brad Gutierrez, speaking of making choices, my man who has pitted at lap 81 for the 84. Keep an eye on that if that stays green. He will most likely have enough to make it. Steve 011100 says wait to pit as long as possible without losing spots. Well, that's like having your cake and eating it too. You can't have it both ways. Not here in this position. If it stays green, you're going to be short if you pit on lap 75. Brad Gutierrez is not those guys. He pitted 6 laps later. Pretty sure we will still have a caution, although these guys are good. I agree. I think we might get one more. We almost got it just now. Scott Bell looking like he's going to dive low, going to give up that track position. Call it a day. Brad Gutierrez almost brings it home on Nathaniel Fryman. Going to pass him for 8th. Probably not the way he wanted to do it, but did it anyway. Again, this is where the action is here, right outside the top 10, inside the top 10. You are looking at it right here for the ISRL. We'll glance up here real quickly up towards the front. Again, crickets between the top 5, 6, 7th. But once we get 8th, 9th, and 10th, this is where the action is. And Fryman in the wall again. Getting tossed around like a rag doll from 9th to 13th in a turn. Insane. Skylar Comstock, William Robbins side by side. Robbins holding down that 10th place. Again, where that darker part of the racetrack is, or blacktop, that is where you want to be in the turns. You don't want to be above that if you can help it. So 1 and 2 lanes, and then when you come off of those corners, I would try to stay on the blacktop as long as you can. That middle lane that you see a lot of these guys using right now, coming off of 3 and 4, it seems to work. It seems to be healthy. It seems to be probably the most stabilizing going through these corners. And you see more people pitting right now. Get another group of cars you want to look out for, and we'll back up here just for a Schmeckett second. Michael James, Nicholas Van Heemer, Pugliese, Acevedo, Chrisman, Fitzpatrick. All these guys pitted on lap 81 as well, so they are good to go to the end if it stays green. Can barely hear me over the cars. I do apologize about that on TikTok. I'll see what I can do to help that. Jensen, I appreciate your feedback. That is very helpful. Sound is good on Twitch. Yeah, I got a mixer on that. TikTok has its own thing. See a little smoke there in 1 and 2. Looks like everybody's all right. Brad Gutierrez on a mission, but TikTok is a little different. As we are moving close into 25 laps to go, Connor Rowe is your leader. Matthew Fleming in second. Henry Kalhoff in third. Mike DeWalt fourth, with Thomas Meeks the third and fifth. You have Rob Rossello Jr., Brad Gutierrez, Min Hang, William Robbins, and Josh Cole rounding out your top 10. Jeremy Eschman works to the inside of the 43. He is a lap down. And it looks like so is Fortson Poston. So let's move on up here between Min Hang and William Robbins. I think that is our best bet for a battle right now. And we're not even getting one at the moment. But as this long green flag runs on again, these guys up front, last time they pit was lap 75. So I imagine about 15 to go, 14 to go, they're going to want to think about pitting. L. Rob says, let's go Fleming, Meeks, and Robbins top 10. Yeah, they are cooking right now. Must be nice to live in that world, eh? Have a motorsports team who is consistently, most of their garage does great every week. They never seem to fail. And if they do, it's in spectacular fashion, which is pretty hilarious. But you're looking at Matthew Fleming in second, Thomas Meeks, which is in our screen with his shitty car, and we have another crash. Oh, snap, and it looks like Connor Rowe has crashed. Let's see what happens. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see on the ISRL instant replay. Our leader, Connor Rowe, a.k.a. Connor Throw. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Getting his bell rung. Let's back that ass up again.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And just smoked it. And then up in the wall. Almost in the wall. Let's see if he gets it turned around. He's going to... Oh, yeah. Good drive in there to keep it off the wall. But damn, he really put a number on that 18 of Jason Chrisman. That was wild. That looked like a brake check to me. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
It's cone.
Could be. It could be.
They can kiss my fat vagina, cause I'm bringing the motherfucking pay.
I mean, I'm not going to speculate on that one. I really don't know. That's, could be a lot of things, guys, but I'm not sure. Good on Connor to keep it together here. The second car here tonight to come back up the racetrack. But that opens the door now. Everybody gets to pit. And our conversation about fuel strategy, yada, 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 that is all defunct. That does not matter at this point. Again, one more time, I will pump this out there. The Road Soda Sports Night 225. Hopefully I said that right. Yep, Sports Night. Road Soda Sports Night 225 at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week, November 18th. Would love to have you again. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, only here at Horseboat. Before we go, green flag race, we're going to take 30 seconds. Again, grab yourself a beverage as we get ready for the conclusion of the Blackhawk Industrial 125. All right, the Blackhawk Industrial 125, sponsored by Rob Rossello. You have Matthew Fleming and Thomas Meeks leading off here. The restart. And I hope you are ready for it. Pace car is off. That 8 car leading us through the restart zone. And we are green, green, green for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. Matthew Fleming out in front. 3 Flemdog Motorsports, or Flagship, excuse me, out in front, leading the charge at Iowa. And these guys are going to go at it. They're teammates, yes. But these dudes are having some fun. And they are throwing down. Meeks to the inside of Matthew Fleming. Trying to clap them cheeks right now. The 55 out in front, smacking the wall, does not care. Fleming to the inside. It's like a joyride right now. And here comes Min Hang. Min Hang says he will not be outdone. 15 laps to go. Trying so hard right now to get around that 8 car. It is going to be popping here late. You have Fleming, Hang, Kalhoff, Meeks, and Robbins, your top 5. Oh, we got action. Thomas Meeks sideways and around.
A little here. Nice and smooth. Cool your
Not
tires off,
sure.
get your fans on.
Not sure what caused that, but we're going to find out right now. As my ticker keeps going, I see a bunch of people crashing. Apologies for that. Holy cow. Man, we've got a lot of action tonight. I did not expect all this here late, but take a look at that 55 Mako Tools Chevrolet. See what happened here. And looks like maybe a little checkup. Mike DeWalt didn't anticipate. Around goes Meeks. He backs into the wall. But then there's something more that happens, I see. But let's see if that's real. We'll go back to Meeks in just a second. See him getting sideways. Poston goes low. Comes back up. He gets sideways. Oh! Oh! And him and Pugliese take a hit. Good Lord. And then it says Nick Serrano and Scott Bell. I don't know if I believe this one so much. Maybe. Oh, maybe. No. They just slowed down. They just slowed down. So, unfortunately for Poston and Meeks, I think Meeks is going to be okay regardless. We're going to check into this one more time. But, yeah, just a little checkup gone wrong there late. Around he goes. He's locking him up, doing the best that he can. Poston flying down low. Able to keep it saved. I don't know. I'm hitting that button. Looks like Scott Bell having to brake very late, and that's why you saw what you saw there. But it's late here in this one. Matthew Fleming on the verge of winning 5 of 6. 5 of 6, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if that is registering or not, but that can't be true. But it definitely could be. Again, Blackhawk Industrial 125, sponsored by Rob Rossello Jr. Brody Lang 04 says, I wish I could be at a skill level to run this. Hey, man, you don't need to be perfect to run this. If you've got iRacing, if you've got a basic setup, you can join this league, man. You really could, and learn from some of these drivers that are willing to share their thoughts and their knowledge on how it goes. You know, it's always good to teach other people how to do it. So if you're interested at all, I encourage you to follow. I encourage you to be a part of it. I encourage you to get in here. It is the most fun. I found my talents to be better here in the booth. I race a lot of officials and a lot of hosted. I do a lot of that with the crew and things like that. But it's an honor to be able to be in the booth and commentate each week. These guys are great. Golf Boy says, Scott Bell doing good. Yeah, he's doing all right. I would see he's in. Let's see. You're killing me right now. He's back in 27th. So not doing so great, but his car is clean. And that's what you want, right? All right. So Matthew Fleming, Min Hang, row 1. William Robbins, Henry Kalhoff, row 2. Row 3. You have Brad Gutierrez and Mike DeWalt, row 4. Landon Bednarz, Ryan Robertson, and in row 5. And rounding out your top 10, Michael LeBron James and Connor Rowe. Pace car is off. The 8 car is going to lead us through the restart zone. You see right there, and we are green, green, green. He 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 8, 3, 3. Thank you for the follow. Scott Bell's 27th currently as we are 9 laps to go. Matthew Fleming in the 8 car on the verge of winning 5 of 6. Everybody else trying to stop him right now. Just a viewer, no racing equipment. This is my entertainment. I don't watch TV. Thank you for doing what you do. Hey, Steve, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. Lurk mode, I appreciate that. Golf Boy says we are huge Scott Bell fans here. That's awesome, Scott Bell. And we've got ourselves another caution. Alex Snyder involved. I see that. I'm clicking on that because I know it's probably true. Just kidding. I'm such an asshole, but that's all right. As we are looking at the Snide Dog in the 19, looks like, I believe, Navy machine. Yep, there he goes. Oh, looks like somebody. Oh, Nathaniel Fryman crashing in front of him, taking Pinkston with him along for the ride. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Let's back it up one more time. We'll just back it up the old-fashioned way. And let's take a look at Nathaniel Fryman and ask him, what the hell is he doing? So how did he get to that point? Oh, Thomas Meeks. He says, where them cheeks, boy? Yeah. You're going to go for a ride. And then coming back down. Oh, Snyder. Pinkston probably got the easiest damage out, or at least the lightest damage out of that. Scott Bell is my GOAT. I'd take him over Tom Brady any day in the clutch. Man, that sucks. We are in the closing laps of this one, folks, and it's been a great ride here. Looks like somebody's getting the wave around to the outside. That is a 39 of John Fenoy. But how does the 5-time race winner sound for Matthew Fleming? Can he do it? Again, he's making history every race he wins. He is the all-time winning driver in the ISRL right now with 4. If he can make it 5, it'd be, I don't know if he'd be already in legendary status here. Paving the way. Like a Joe Namath or like a Bart Starr. The inaugural season of the ISRL, was it dominated by Matthew Fleming, or was it dominated early by Matthew Fleming and other drivers came and rose to the occasion? We are about to find out. Again, this next lap, we're going to have 1 to green, I believe. Fleming has chosen the outside line each time they've gone back to green flag action. Let's be honest here. He says Scott Bell isn't making the playoffs, right? He is mid. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's had bad luck here tonight. And if you trust him over Tom Brady in the clutch, you may question your own life choices. Scott Bell, not saying he's a bad dude, just may not be the clutch guy you're looking for. Maybe he'll prove me wrong here later in the season. Maybe he will. I don't know. We're going to find out. But Matthew Fleming, Min Hang, row 1, William Robbins, Henry Kelhoff, Brad Gutierrez, Mike DeWalt, Ryan Robertson, Connor Rowe, Josh Cole, Nicholas Van Hemert. Your top 10. Here we go. Back to green flag action.
Green flag.
Trying to close it out here. 3 laps to go. Again, got to go around 2 more times. It is crunch time here for the ISRL. If I'm in hang, I'm doing what I got to do right now. 2 laps to go, going to the inside, getting a load of the side of that car of Matthew Fleming. Min Hang is hungry. He wants it. Brad Gutierrez does too. William Robbins may be going for a ride. Keeping the car straight for a moment. Are they going to make it back to... And they do! White flag is out! White flag is out! Min Hang going into turn 1 and 2. Brad Gutierrez at second, Henry Calhoun third, and this is our first big dramatic moment in ISRL history on the last lap. Going into 3 and 4, you have Min Hang, Brad Gutierrez, Henry Calhoun, Mike DeWalt, and Matthew Fleming come across the start-finish line. Your winner is Min Hang! Oh my God. And let's back that up because that got wild real fast at the end. I mean, I normally would not go back through this, but we just have to. So going around there, it's already over. Like, you see William Robbins doing all he can right now, going into 3 and 4. Brad Gutierrez give him a little bump. Matthew Fleming saying, hey, this is the second week. I'm going to get a guy from Flagship in there. But it just got wild. And then behind him, let's back that up one more time because that was insane. We'll follow Robbins here from the blimp cam. But he just gets tossed out to, hung out to dry. He comes back down. Everybody just starts wrecking. It is a pure parking lot coming across the start-finish line. And, yeah. But your winner is Min Hang for the Blackhawk Industrial 125. Your unofficial top 20 is right here. We're going to take 30 seconds and get you the post-race show. Let's see. Brody Lang says on TikTok, do you run current NASCAR point system or do you full season points? You're going to have to ask the admins. I am not the guy to ask for that. I broadcast the race, but I can try to get you that answer here in just a moment. We're going to take 30 seconds and get you some interviews here shortly. Yes, it was brutal. That was fucking brutal. Bringing you back in now for the ISRL post-race show. Getting ready here to bring in some of our contestants here. Third place finisher here tonight, Henry Kalhoff. Again, congratulations, my man. Finishing third. I'd figure I'd talk to you at one point. How are you feeling after tonight's festivities?
It's my home track, so I'm a little bit bummed out we didn't win, but overall a really good race for us. We ran pretty much top 5 for the later half of the race. We had a really good car. Just overall speed wasn't there, but I would say we had a great car, and to be able to finish third is huge. And we were able to avoid that excursion there on the last lap, or at least come to the white flag. Not sure what happened there, but overall third is great. Unfortunately missed Indianapolis last week, so you really need some points, and we got that tonight. So definitely a big race for us.
I mean, your car has been fast all season long. You've been sneaky fast. You've been up there almost, every race I see you there in that 63 machine. Again, congratulations on getting your first podium of the season. Anybody want to give a big shout out to?
Just like to thank everyone that's part of our team. We got some cool stuff to announce here soon regarding what we're going to do for next year. And I also want to thank Michael for being a great co-owner and everybody on the team, along with people that support us, our sponsors. A lot of people to thank. I can't thank them all, but I'd love to, but I don't got a lot of time. So just want to thank everyone that supports us, and we'll get them next week. I don't know where we're going, but wherever
Charlotte.
it is, we'll try to do good. Okay, we'll do good there.
There you go. Again, Henry Calhoff finishing third here tonight. First podium here of the year for the ISRL. Congratulations, my man.
Yep, thank you.
You are welcome. Runner-up tonight after a solid run, Brad Gutierrez in that 84 machine led a lot of laps, but wasn't able to close the door. Brad, I know you're probably a little disappointed, but how are you feeling after tonight?
I have no words, man. I'm lost for words.
Are you crying?
No. I'm just lost for words. I don't know how to explain what's going on. No, but
Second place ain't bad, though, man. I mean, you can't really bitch too much about it. I mean, you had a solid car all night. You kept it clean for the most part. You stayed out of the fray. Anybody you want to give a big shout-out to? Besides Jesus, all right? Besides Jesus, all right? You don't have to thank Jesus. Anybody else want to give a shout-out to?
Min, for sure. Definitely congrats on the win. That was awesome. Teammate as well, so at least, our team got the win. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Skylar as well. Just disappointed, man. Just disappointed.
You got to root for your team's victories, especially a 1-2 finish. Shake and bake. Brad, second place finish. I know not where you wanted to be, but congratulations on a solid finish here tonight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You are welcome. And the man of the hour, a guy who has been dispelled by either misfortune or just not in the moment in the clutch, but Min Hang in the clutch tonight, bringing it home, taking it away with that wild finish there. I thought the caution flag was going to come out before you guys crossed that start-finish line. It did not. You ended up the victor here tonight of the Blackhawk Industrial 125. How are you feeling, Min, after being, I would say, barred from the last 5 opportunities you had?
Feeling hella good, Tom. Like, I did not have this track circled as my best track. As a matter of fact, I would even call this my worst track. I only suck at these D-shaped ovals. And honestly, after I got spun from the 28 or whoever was behind me, I thought that was it. I was like, damn, I've been trying to save tire, and now I'm mired back. I thought that was over, but I was like, damn, you know what? We don't give up around here. And I was like, we gotta do something different. I was thinking 4 on the 125 caution, like, nah, I'm gonna go for 2 here. And so I took the 2 tires. We stayed up front. And honestly, I thought I was going to get beat on the restart because, Fleming, as always, he's pretty fast. But that last restart, he took the inside. I was like, oh, man, if I match this restart, I think it's over from here. And I don't know if you saw in the broadcast, I thought that was literally timed to the T there. And obviously, he ended up getting a little bit ahead of me. I was like, man, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to make up the 66-point deficit or what to the playoffs. Like, oh, man, I got to win this race. So I sent him a little bump on turn 1 there and ended up working out. I know Brad had a little bit of a assist back there, but all things considered, I'm pretty proud of everything because again, I did not have this track circled for a win, let alone anything a good result.
I gotta tell you, man, that was probably the wildest finish of the season so far, and it's gonna be really hard to follow up here down the stretch. But congratulations on a victory, win number 1 of the year for you. Anybody want to give a big shout out to?
Well, obviously, I got to shout out to Brad and the whole group, not for wrecking the field, of course, but, just for, being a good teammate. We're always in the comms together, discuss the strategy, working together and everything. So shout out him, shout out Skylar as well. He's pretty cool as well. Yeah, that's about it, man. We're going to go get us another one. I mean, if this is how we perform at our worst track, then, we better watch out.
Hell yeah. Again, congratulations, man. Again, we'll see you here next week. What, Charlotte Motor Speedway? Yeah, that's where we're at, November 18th. Right on. Congratulations again, Min Hang, your winner here tonight. His first win in the ISRL, and I bet you not the last. Again, the Blackhawk Industrial 125, sponsored by Rob Rossello. A banger here tonight. It was wonderful. And before I let you go, one last reminder for next week's race. It's going to be at Charlotte for the Road Soda Sports Night 225, sponsored by Road Soda Motorsports. Jonathan Militia heading that charge. I know that name if I've ever seen one. But again, I want to give you a big shout out to everybody watching over on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Appreciate all the support, the new followers here tonight. and new followers in the future. Again, if you're watching this on the playback or watching live, we cannot appreciate your support enough. And again, until next time, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, and this is the ISRL sponsored, or powered, I should say, by TH Designs. Have a wonderful work week, and we'll see you back here again for Charlotte for the Road Soda Sports Night 225.